What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, initially, I wasn't going to do this video. After the Mayweather Guerrero fight, I was on Boxing Scene, and they mentioned that Amir Khan had made a statement saying he has what it takes to beat Mayweather. He's wanted a Mayweather fight for years, even before his most recent losses. He was calling Mayweather out. He's Mayweather's a chicken. He doesn't. I'm so motivated to fight Floyd Mayweather because he's a chicken. So that's what he had to say. And I guess he's back to his regular antics and trying to call Mayweather out, try to get a Mayweather payday, Mayweather fight. Um, Again, I wasn't going to initially do this video after I read the article because I've already addressed what I feel about Amir Khan against Mayweather in a previous video. And Carcino did a video about this, and some people were asking me my thoughts on it. So I figured, hey, let me just burn some time and do the video, get my input out there. Um, as far as Amir Khan versus Floyd Mayweather, I don't see him beating Mayweather at all, especially how Mayweather looked. Um, I always picked Mayweather to beat Robert Guerrero, but the reason why it was even intriguing was there were certain things that were in place. Like, Guerrero is tough, he has a chin, and he's a southpaw. And even more than that, it was because the transitions going on in Mayweather's life. For the first time, he's fighting at age 36, which is, in boxing, it's kind of a late age, and you usually see people slow down. Martinez looked like he slowed down in his last fight, and you just usually see changes. Not everyone can perform at the highest level in their late 30s, mid to late 30s. So that was one of the things. He also switched from Roger Mayweather being his primary head trainer to his dad. They've had a tumultuous relationship up and down. It's been very rocky in the past. As seen on the HBO 24/7, he was cussing his dad out and kicked him out of the gym, etc., etc. So there were some changes, and also the jail stint. I mean, I didn't know how that would play on him mentally. I don't know if he felt he lost something in those months. Um, but Mayweather came, he did what he had to do, and he showed and he impressed. He showed he still has legs. He showed he still has the ring intelligence. So had he not put on the performance he put on, I would be like, okay, maybe Khan can give him problems. But come on, like, Khan, I just don't see it. I can't see Khan giving him any problems. The only advantage that Khan has would be hand speed, and he has the Oscar De La Hoya type frame where he's very tall and rangy for his division, but that's it. And what he lacks is far more to Mayweather's benefit than those strengths, in my opinion. And some people are like, "Oh, Khan will pose more problems than Guerrero," and I disagree because here, let's break it down. Mayweather, he gets a lot of hate. I mean, there's no mystery to that. He's been dominant for 16, 17 years. He's still undefeated. He's arrogant. He talks his game. He backs it up. And that's it. So people are constantly throwing these other fighters' names and saying they're the one. And then when he goes through them and beats them, sometimes when he beats them with ease, a lot of times he beats them with ease, then all of a sudden they want to throw up another name, like, who can dethrone him. So it's like, when will you guys become believers? I mean, I can go through several. Oscar De La Hoya was the guy. There's like no way Mayweather gets by De La Hoya. He's much bigger. Oscar De La Hoya stronger, and he gets by Oscar De La Hoya. And that was probably one of his tougher fights. That was a split decision. They're like, Ricky Hatton. Ricky Hatton beats him all day. Ricky Hatton, he's not ready for him. Then he beats Ricky Hatton via a knockout. And I hear excuses. Oh, Ricky Hatton was from the 140-pound division and he moved up in weight. Fuck that. That's bullshit, because Ricky Hatton in his off season would balloon up and gain tons of weight. He would be over 200 pounds. I'm 6'4" and I'm over 200 pounds. So there's no reason little ass Ricky Hatton, they used to call him Ricky Fatten, there's no reason he should be over 200 pounds with his stature. So don't act like he's just a scrawny, small guy. I mean, obviously he was walking around comfortably, not in a wheelchair, 200 plus pounds. So he had to actually lose weight. So if you weigh over 200 pounds and you have to drop down to 140, that's more work than weighing over 200 pounds and going up to a higher weight, which is 147. So the excuses came in with that. Shane Mosley was the one to beat him. He just destroyed Margarito without a doubt, and Margarito has a vicious streak. He has a chin. He's very persistent, and Margarito got destroyed. Off of that win, Shane Mosley had confidence, and he rocked Mayweather in the second round, and then he went on to lose every other round, other than the round where he did the damage. Shane Mosley was supposed to be the one to beat him. Victor Ortiz was supposed to beat him. They're like, oh, Victor Ortiz, he's too big, he's too fast, he's too aggressive, he's a southpaw, etc., etc., etc. Victor Ortiz didn't beat him. And that ended controversially, but you could see Mayweather looked like he was starting to piece Victor Ortiz together and figure him out, and he was landing good shots. So Victor Ortiz is not strong mentally, so I don't really have faith that Victor Ortiz would have been able to do anything as the rounds progressed. I think his biggest shot to beat Mayweather was in those early rounds. So either way, when it comes to decoding the Mayweather puzzle, everybody's always supposed to be the solution. And now I'm hearing it's Amir Khan. It's Canelo. Canelo has a way greater chance of beating Mayweather based on his sheer size and his youth and his combination punches than Amir Khan. Amir Khan shouldn't even be mentioned as the person to dethrone. Amir Khan hasn't even avenged his losses, and the only one that's arguable is the Lamont Peterson, because Peterson tested for the testosterone. He did want the rematch to that fight, and that fight was canceled. But other than that, Bradis Prescott knocked him out in the first round. Never got a second shot or a rematch. The Lamont Peterson didn't go through, obviously, because what I just mentioned. And then now Danny Garcia. And he's taking tons of tune-up fights, and he's not even looking great in those. I mean, he looked good in the Carlos Molina, but again, that was a person coming from 135, moving up in weight to 140. It was a person with over 20 fights, and I think he only had 7 knockouts. He didn't have any punching power. He didn't have any of the advantages, any. He wasn't taller than Amir Khan. He didn't have a longer reach than Amir Khan. He was slower than Amir Khan. He had no punching power. He was from a lower weight division. Of course, Amir Khan's going to look good against that. That's like taking someone middle of the road. I mean, just because he's undefeated don't mean shit. That just means he could have fought the right people in his respective division. So that was, I told you guys from the jump, I'm not impressed with that. And then most recently he fought Diaz. He won. He showed a little bit of maturity in terms of not engaging, but he was still showing signs of the old Amir Khan by trying to signal Diaz to come on when he's hurt. That's retarded. Diaz, if he would have got an early start, then the fight might have went in his favor. But either way, he still exposed that Amir Khan is very flawed. Entertaining, but flawed. I've never said Amir Khan is not an entertaining fighter. He is. But it's entertaining for a different reason. He's entertaining, not in the sense, not even like a Pacquiao entertaining. Pacquiao's entertaining because he's all action, all offense. Amir Khan's entertaining because he's action and offense, and you never know what's going to happen with him. Is his chin going to be able to hold up, and he gets into slugfest and he gets hurt, and it's like, okay, will he get back up? It's kind of like I said in the previous video, it's like a Rocky movie. There's never been a Rocky movie that I've seen where Rocky had his big fight and Rocky, his face was unscathed at the end of the movie. His eyes all droopy, and he has a black eye, and he's just cut up and bruised and battered. That's kind of like Amir Khan fights. When he gets in his biggest fights, it's like, what will happen? Lamont Peterson, that was a very close competitive fight. He didn't, by any stretch of the means, dominate that fight, whether you gave him the fight and thought he should have won it or not. Peterson exposed he had no inside game, and he definitely didn't dominate that fight. Danny Garcia knocked him down in the third round after he was clearly outboxing Garcia. Knocked him down in the third round. And don't say that lucky punch shit. I mean, that's retarded. You think Danny Garcia trained 6 to 8 weeks in training camp to not throw punches? I mean, that's what he's known for. The punch that Amir Khan got hit with, that's what Garcia's known for. That left hook, the counter punching. That's what he's known for. So you guys need to stop making excuses. Oh, it was a lucky punch. As if Danny Garcia hasn't been fighting since he was a little kid, since he was 15 years old or whatever. And he just decided to put some gloves on. That's luck. If you ain't never fought a day in your life, you have no training, you don't know what to look for, and then you just catch someone in an awkward position and knock them out. Okay, I could maybe consider that luck. But Danny Garcia has been doing this since he was a kid. Like everything that he's done up to this moment, fighting Eric Morales, the Kendall Holtz, Nate Campbell. I mean, that led him up to this moment, and he did what he had to do, and he ended up stopping Amir Khan. So as far as Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather, I just don't see it. Mayweather's the master of adaptation. He always adapts. There's certain people that have been faster than him. Zab Judah is one that comes to mind. And Zab Judah was clearly besting Mayweather early in the fight. And where Mayweather excelled was his ability to adapt. Like, yo, okay, sometimes in between, in the middle of the round, you'll see differences. He'll give you different looks, and he'll adapt in the round. And that's almost unheard of. Not everyone can adapt in the round. Some people have to at least go back to their corner and get some instruction from their corner. But this man is so smart where he can make changes on the fly in the round. So that's what happened with the Zab Judah Floyd Mayweather. He started going to the body, slowing that fast hand speed down, and then that was a wrap. And I just don't, like I said, Amir Khan, I just don't see it. Amir Khan, I don't think he's built for the elite level in terms of taking punches. He seems to get hurt. I could think of countless fights, whether he won them or lost those fights, where he was hurt. Elite level fighters, you don't really see them getting hurt by everybody. Amir Khan's been hurt, obviously, by British Prescott, Danny Garcia. Maidana was rocking him, and Cortez, the referee, was giving Khan a lot of assistance. Julio Diaz was rocking Amir Khan, had him visibly hurt, and again, he got some assistance from the referee. So you want to put him up in weight, have him move up 7 pounds, and you think he's going to do better than Robert Guerrero? At the end of the day, Robert Guerrero is a southpaw, which is an added advantage if you're going against a righty. 2, nobody could dispute this, and if you try to dispute this, you don't know boxing. Robert Guerrero has a chin. He's never been knocked out, even in his losses. He's looked better in certain fights. He didn't look good in Orlando Salido fight, but Orlando Salido is a dangerous puncher in that division, who a lot of people are feared. You've seen what he did to Juanma Lopez twice, and Robert Guerrero never got knocked out by him at all. And Berto didn't knock him out. Selçuk Aydin, his very first fight at welterweight, didn't knock him out. So Mayweather didn't knock him out. So, I mean, the guy has a chin. It is what it is. He has a chin. He's tough. He's persistent. And he has heart. And he's a southpaw. And I would put heart, southpaw, tough, chin, and durable over hand speed, no chin, and a reach or height advantage. I mean, it's not even comparable. Like I said, there's ways to slow down speed. Body punching is one of them. Timing is another. And another reason why I feel Amir Khan is not ready, because in the article, Amir Khan had said that he has what it takes to beat Mayweather because he has hand speed, because he has speed. He said if you don't have hand speed or you don't have speed, then you might as well not step in the ring with Mayweather. And that statement alone lets me know that Amir Khan is not ready for Floyd Mayweather, because little does he know, to beat someone with fast reflexes or someone who has speed themselves, you don't need speed yourself to beat them. It's the truth. If you have what it takes technically and mentally, and you have some punching power or whatnot, or you have certain intangibles, you don't need speed. Speed kills, and I understand, like Gary Russell Jr.'s and stuff like that, it makes them harder to beat because they do have speed, so it can be an added bonus. But to beat a speedster, you don't have to be faster than them. That's a fallacy. There's no way anyone on God's green earth can tell me Juan Manuel Marquez is faster than Manny Pacquiao in terms of hand speed. Yet, he just cracked Pacquiao and damn near knocked his head off, and Pacquiao needed smelling salt to wake him up. I wouldn't say Antonio Tarver is faster than Roy Jones Jr., even at the point in which they fought in the rematch. And Antonio Tarver knocked Roy Jones Jr. the fuck out. Marco Antonio Barrera versus Prince Nassim Hamed. There's no one that could tell me that Barrera was faster in terms of hand speed than Prince Nassim. And Barrera was schooling Prince Nassim. So that's you just got to be a student of the game. I could do this all day. There's plenty of people. Buster Douglas, Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was known for his speed. Buster Douglas wasn't as fast as Mike Tyson in terms of hand speed. It's a little bit different when you get to the heavyweights, though. I will say that just because one punch landed cleanly could change everything. But especially in the smaller divisions, hand speed is not everything. Danny Garcia, most recently against Zab Judah. Zab had a good showing, but Danny Garcia clearly won, and he was the only one that scored knockdowns. Danny Garcia is much, much slower than Zab Judah, yet Garcia still won. Like I said, I could do this all day. So for Amir Khan to say he has the magic trick or the recipe to beat Mayweather and it's because of his speed, that's retarded, because you can time speed. You can't make a fighter smarter, or you can't improve your chin. You can do all the neck exercises and whatever you feel, and you masturbate, whatever you think is going to strengthen your hands and chin power or whatever, but you can't strengthen your chin. Like, you can't go from having a glass chin, be like Glass Joe from Mike Tyson's Punch Out, to the ability of taking monster shots and still standing. It just doesn't happen. Either you're born with it and blessed with it, or you're not. So I think Amir Khan, just like many fighters that Floyd fights, they have their moments early, because Floyd is not the fastest starter. He's not like a Pacquiao where he just tries to, like when Pacquiao fought Marquez the first time and knocked him down 3 times. He doesn't start like that. He's very sensible and responsible, and he feels his opponent out, feels their punching power, looks for their game plan, and then makes his adjustments and comes up with his game plan. So, like most Mayweather fighters, if they're elite level, they might give him problems for 1 or 2 rounds. Like Robert Guerrero looked good the first 2, maybe 3 rounds. I wouldn't even say that he clearly dominated any of those rounds, but he looked very comfortable. He looked confident, and those were his best rounds. So I give Amir Khan that same shot, but less than Robert Guerrero, because I don't think it'll go the distance. I don't think another thing, people sleep on Mayweather's actual strength. You have to realize that Robert Guerrero is not a small dude. Look at his back, look at his frame. He was bullying and Andre Berto, who is young and strong. I mean, he's a young, strong fighter. Those are probably, and he's a speedster. So he was bullying, like literally bullying him and having his way with Andre Berto. So despite if it was Berto's mental lapse that allowed that, for whatever reason, he was dominating Berto. Robert Guerrero was acting as if he had been a welterweight longer than Berto, which clearly isn't the case. Robert Guerrero only had 1 fight at welterweight against Aiden, and he was bullying Berto like Berto was new to the division. That shouldn't happen, especially when you're young and strong. So imagine Mayweather, like in Mayweather, he didn't do that to Mayweather. So a lot of people sleep on Mayweather's power and his actual strength, but why wasn't Robert Guerrero able to bully an older fighter, 6 years older than him, in the same manner he bullied Andre Berto? It's because of Mayweather. He has the smarts, he has the brains, and he's a lot stronger than a lot of people give credit. A lot of people are like, oh, Mayweather, when's the last time you knocked out someone? But Victor Ortiz doesn't count. First of all, fuck that. A knockout's a knockout. Whether Victor Ortiz is dumb enough to have his hands down and wasn't ready, like Kevin Hart said, I wasn't ready. It doesn't matter if he wasn't ready. It's boxing. Protect yourself at all times. So it does count. And aside from that, look at Mayweather's last opponents. And you wonder why he hasn't had a knockout. Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley's never been knocked out cold in his entire career. Canelo, a much bigger fighter that has this hand speed and power and combination punches, went the distance with Mosley. And that was an older Mosley than when Mayweather fought him. Canelo didn't even knock him out. And he's supposed to be the savior of boxing, the future of boxing. And he's much bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo didn't knock out Mosley. Mosley's never been knocked out. Pacquiao didn't knock out Mosley. Miguel Cotto, when's the last time he's been knocked out cold in a fight? Don't get me wrong, Margarito put a beating on him, but he might have cheated during it. And even with a possibly cheating Margarito, Cotto still didn't get knocked out cold. Cotto has a chin. So, same thing with Pacquiao. Pacquiao didn't knock Cotto out cold. So when you say Mayweather didn't knock out these people, or who was the last time he knocked out somebody, look at his opponents. Mosley, Cotto. These guys have chins. These guys aren't just ripe for the picking, like where anyone can knock them out. Some people just have a tough chin. Gary Russell Jr. in his last fight, I forgot the guy's name, but he was destroying his opponent, but he didn't knock him out. Keith Thurman, another young fighter with punching power, he was fighting Zavik, and he didn't knock Zavik out. He went the distance with Zavik, and Zavik's much older, has been in more wars than Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is being praised for his punching power, yet he can't knock him out. So at the end of the day, you can't knock everybody out. Robert Guerrero, another thing. Mayweather didn't knock out Guerrero, but again, another opponent that has never, ever been knocked out in their professional career. So when you guys say stuff like, oh, Mayweather has no punching power, when's the last time he's knocked anyone out? When's the last time Pacquiao knocked anyone out? 2009, and that was Miguel Cotto, and that was a TKO. It wasn't a KO. Like, he knocked him out cold. So I don't know why there's this stigma that Mayweather has no power. Obviously, he has something respectable if people bigger than him, like Miguel Cotto at 154, or Robert Guerrero, 6 years younger and strong and tough, are hesitant to throw punches. Anyway, I'm done schooling you non-boxing fans. That's all I got to say. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video's Ego, signing off.